Free college football picks. This is week 9, part 4. I'm Tony T here with our college football pick show here for Thursday. Now, if you look at the Thursday games, we shot a separate video. We're going on part 4. We're going to have 9 games for Saturday. Here, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, like Major League Baseball playoffs, NHL. We have NBA. A lot here on our channel. College basketball a couple weeks away, and of course lots of cappers giving out live picks on our channel, making it a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, give us that like, that thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated when you do that. And don't forget to visit our site, tonyspicks.com. We are a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers, get signed up to our long-term passes. Hot cappers like Ramon Scott for the year, Joseph Schultz, Hollywood Sam has been on terror. Look at him the last 30 days. Joseph, Ben Ruhala, Daniel Chauncey up there as well. Eli Richards, Monster Day yesterday. Pravi, Marlon, guys. Click the links, get signed up to our long-term passes. You'll find our latest pre and pick center of the page, as well as the tabs for our best bets, our $15 promotional items, multi-packs offering great value. Remember, these one-day passes are profit guarantee. They must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credited back to your account for side credits. That is profit guarantee. We also sell props as well in the one-day passes. Props are included in all long-term passes. Long-term passes are not profit guaranteed because they're sold already at a greater discount and include props in addition, as well as late steam plays. You can also scroll down and find our pick ticker. There you can purchase the plays a la carte with team versus team information, as well as the prop information available for sale individually. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Find the link to our site in the description. We love to hear from you guys. You can post your picks, and we are looking for cappers. Apply on that home page. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this one started. Arkansas State and Monroe college football pick. This one here is on Saturday. All right, Arkansas State fell to 3-4 with their 27-17 home defeat to Coastal Carolina. Red Wolves rushed for 116 yards on 24 carries. They surrendered 186 yards rushing to the Chanticleers with 250 passing on 30 attempts. Jalen Rayner completed 19 of 35 passing for 306 yards with 2 touchdowns in this one and 2 interceptions. He averaged 8.7 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 52 yards. Monroe fell to 2-5. A 38-28 road defeat to Georgia Southern. Warhawks rushed for only 31 yards on 28 carries. They allowed 183 yards rushing to the Eagles with 242 passing on 37 attempts. Quarterback Hunter Herring is doubtful with a collarbone injury. Jair Wright hit on 7 of 13 passes for 81 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 6.2 yards per pass attempt and had a lost fumble. Blake Murphy saw action, and the QB3 was better, hitting 18 of 33 for 320 yards with a touchdown and interception. Also had a lost fumble. Each team committed 4 turnovers, but Monroe 124th in total defense by allowing 449 yards a game. Arkansas State does average 14 yards per completion, 7.8 yards per pass attempt, and they could do damage against an inefficient Monroe pass defense. In Sun Belt play, the Warhawks are allowing 500 yards, 39 points a game. Play here, Arkansas State at plus the 2.5. Wyoming and Boise State college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Wyoming drops to 5-2 with a 34-27 road defeat 2 weeks ago to the Air Force. Cowboys rushed for 109 yards on 35 carries. They surrendered 356 yards rushing to the Falcons with 58 passing yards. Wyoming had a +2 turnover margin. Andrew Peasley, he goes 15 of 25 for 212 yards and 3 touchdowns. He averaged 8.5 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 48 yards and a touchdown. Boise State dropped to 3-4, a 31-30 road defeat at Colorado State. Broncos blew a 20-point lead in the final 4 minutes. They rushed for 244 yards. Boise State allowed only 2 yards per rush to the Rams, but 359 yards passing on 54 attempts. It was a -2 turnover margin for the Broncos. Taylor Green, a 5 of 8 passing for 28 yards and an interception. Green has been announced as a starter Saturday. Wyoming is an effective rushing team, 4.6 yards per carry on the ground behind Peasley. Boise State defense sits 129th in the nation in yards allowed per play at 6.6, and they have given up big plays in the passing game. Boise State has accuracy issues at the quarterback position. Wyoming efficient in pass defense play here. Wyoming plus the 5. Marshall and Coastal Carolina college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Marshall drops to 4-3 with a 20-9 home defeat to James Madison. During Hurd a rush for -4 yards on 32 carries. They allowed 131 yards rushing to James Madison with 274 passing on 33 attempts. Cam Fancher 17-30 passing for 173 yards and an interception. Their top running back Rasheen Ali missed the game. Ali is questionable for Saturday. Coastal Carolina improved to 4-3, a 27-17 road win at Arkansas State. Chanticleers rushed for 186 yards. They allowed 116 yards on the ground to the Redwoods with 306 passing on 35 attempts. Grayson McCall is doubtful with a concussion. Jarrett Guest in relief, 1 of 1 for 6 yards passing with a rushing touchdown. Guest has seen spot action in 4 seasons as a backup, a career 56% completion rate with 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, 9.6 yards per pass attempt. Coastal Carolina quarterback situation the concern. Chanticleers are giving up 4.6 yards per rush and allow big plays in the passing game. Marshall defends the pass well. Now in Sun Belt games, the Chanticleers are allowing 416 yards a game with 27 points. Play here Marshall at minus the 4. Troy and Texas State college football pick. This one here on Saturday. All right, Troy improved to 5-2, a 19-0 road victory at the Army. Trojans rushed for 222 yards. They allowed 177 yards to the Black Knights with 78 passing on 18 attempts. Troy had a +3 turnover margin. Gunnar Watson goes 10 of 21 passes for 227 yards with a touchdown. He averaged 10.8 yards per pass attempt. Texas State improved to 5-2 with their 21-20 home victory 2 weeks ago to Monroe. The Bobcats rushed for 230 yards on 54 carries. They allowed just under 4 yards per rush to the Warhawks with 150 passing on 22 attempts. TJ Finley, 24 of 46 passing for 222 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. He averaged a season-low 4.8 yards per pass attempt. Troy has been a good rushing attack, averaging 5 yards per carry, and they make big plays in the passing game. Bobcats sit 109th in total defense by allowing 409 yards per game. Texas State 9th rated offense in college football with 5.3 yards per rush and efficient in the passing game. Texas State in the Sun Belt putting up 34 points and 499 yards a game. Now, Troy does move the football for 439 yards in conference play here. Troy and Texas State over 53. Tennessee and Kentucky college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Tennessee fell to 5-2, a 34-20 road defeat to Alabama. Volunteers rushed for 133 yards on 38 carries. They allowed nearly 3.5 yards per rush to the Crimson Tide with 220 passing on 21 attempts. Joe Milton, 28 of 41 passing for 271 yards with 2 touchdowns. He averaged 6.6 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 59 yards. Kentucky fell to 5-2 with their 38-21 home defeat 2 weeks ago to Missouri. Wildcats blew an early 14-point lead 2 weeks ago. They rushed for 179 yards. Kentucky held the Tigers to 3 yards per rush with 206 passing on 30 attempts. Wildcats had a -2 turnover margin. Devin Leary completed 14 of 27 passes for 120 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He averaged 4.4 yards per pass attempt and had a rushing touchdown. Tennessee has a 34th ranked offense as they average 438 yards a game. The Vols defend, holding teams to 311 yards a game, sitting 16th in the nation. Tennessee holds teams to 3 yards a carry. They're efficient with their pass defense. Kentucky passing game, the concern with accuracy, only 7 yards per pass attempt. Play here, Tennessee -3.5. Air Force and Colorado State college football pick. This one here on Saturday. All right, Air Force improved to 7-0 with their 17-6 road win at Navy. Falcons rushed for 137 yards on 48 attempts. They limited the midshipmen to 22 rushing yards with 102 passing on 29 attempts. Zach Lear, 4 of 5 passing for 151 yards with a touchdown, and that was for 94 yards. He rushed for 24 yards on 15 carries. Colorado State fell to 3-4 after their 25-23 road defeat at UNLV. Rams rushed for 137 yards on 31 attempts. They allowed 3 yards per rush to the Rebels, but 353 yards passing on 36 attempts. Braden Fowler Nicolosi, 21 of 32 passing for 235 yards with a touchdown. He averaged 7.3 yards per pass attempt. Air Force is rushing for 5.3 yards a carry. Colorado State is 130th in the nation in total defense by allowing 466 yards a game. The Falcons sit second in total defense by giving up 223 yards a game with 2.4 yards per rush. They are efficient in pass defense. Air Force is averaging 42 points and 437 yards a game against the Mountain West. Colorado State defense is giving up 33 points and 504 points in conference play here. Air Force at -13. Washington and Stanford college football pick. This one here on Saturday. All right, Washington improved to 7-0 with a 15-7 home victory at Arizona State. Huskies rushed for 13 yards on 13 carries. They allowed 145 yards rushing to the Sun Devils with 196 yards passing on 47 attempts. Washington had a -3 turnover margin. Michael Penix Jr., 27 of 42 for 275 yards and 2 picks. He averaged 6.5 yards per pass attempt and lost a fumble. Stanford drops to 2-5, a 42-7 home defeat to UCLA. Cardinal rushed for 24 yards on 17 carries. They gave up 221 yards rushing to the Bruins with 282 passing on 34 attempts. Stanford a -2 turnover margin. Ashton Daniels, 27 of 45 passing for 268 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 6 yards per pass attempt. Washington is fourth in total offense by averaging 507 yards a game. Stanford is defending poorly, sitting 129th in the nation. They're giving up 466 yards a game. They give up 4.5 yards per rush and are inefficient defending the pass. Cardinal offense struggles on the ground and in quarterback accuracy. Washington does a great job in pass defensive efficiency. It's kind of a great get-right spot here for Penix in the Heisman race against the Stanford defense. Play here, Washington -26.5. Vanderbilt and Ole Miss college football pick. This one here on Saturday. All right, we've got Vanderbilt 2-6 after their 37-20 home defeat to the Georgia Bulldogs. Commodores rushed for only 18 yards on 15 carries. They surrendered 291 yards rushing to the Bulldogs with 261 passing on 39 attempts. Ken Seals, 19 of 29 passing for 201 yards with 2 touchdowns and interception. He averaged 6.9 yards per pass attempt. Ole Miss improved to 6-1 with their 28-21 road win at Auburn. The Rebels rushed for 223 yards on 56 carries. They allowed 4 yards per rush to the Tigers with 122 passing on 17 attempts. Each team threw 2 interceptions. Jackson Dart, 10 of 17 passes for 202 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 12 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 44 yards with 2 touchdowns. Commodores are struggling to run 3.3 yards per rush and deal with quarterback accuracy issues. Ole Miss is 12th in total offense, posting 480 yards a game. Vanderbilt is 119th in total defense by allowing 437 yards, 5 yards per rush, and allow 69% completion rate. Play here will be on Ole Miss -24.5. Colorado and UCLA college football pick. This one here is on Saturday. Colorado fell to 4-3 with their 46-43 double overtime defeat to Stanford 2 weeks ago. The Buffs blew a 29-zip halftime lead. They rushed for 132 yards. Colorado allowed 124 yards rushing to the Cardinal with 399 passing on 49 attempts. Shedeur Sanders completed 33 of 48 passes for 400 yards with 5 touchdowns and an interception. He averaged 8.3 yards per pass attempt and was sacked 4 times. UCLA improved to 5-2, a 42-7 road win at Stanford. Bruins rushed for 221 yards. They held the Cardinal to 24 rushing yards with 268 passing on 45 attempts. UCLA had a +2 turnover margin. Ethan Garbers is now the starter. He hit 20 of 28 passes for 240 yards with 2 touchdowns. He averaged 8.6 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 51 yards. Colorado is 37th in total offense by averaging 432 yards a game with efficient passing game. UCLA dealing with quarterback accuracy issues. The Bruins played a weak non-conference schedule and have no home wins against FBS teams by 17 or greater points. Buffs do have road wins at TCU and Arizona State. Play here Colorado plus the 17. All right, that was our college football pick show here for week 9, part 4. We do them in parts, so we'll have the remainder for you tomorrow. And of course, if you're looking for those Thursday games, we shot a separate video, so check those out. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long, free picks every day from all the major sports like college football, NFL, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball playoffs. College basketball is just a couple weeks away. Of course, we have lots of live shows over our channel with lots of free picks, lots of cappers giving out plays, making it a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, give us that like, that thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Remember, visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com, for our best plays. Our premium picks are there, so get over there and get them and use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Find the link to our site in the description. All right. We'll have lots of picks throughout the day. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys later.